The trucking industry as you know it is over. And I'm not being dramatic, I'm being dead serious, because what just happened with the Tesla Semi is so massive, so game-changing, so absolutely seismic that even the biggest diesel truck manufacturers in the world are sitting in their boardrooms right now wondering how they missed this coming, and if you think I'm exaggerating, just stay with me for the next few minutes because by the time this video is done, you are going to understand exactly why the $100 billion diesel trucking industry is staring down the barrel of the most disruptive force it has ever faced in its entire history, and that force is called the Tesla Semi. Welcome back to Drive Tech Tesla, the channel where we bring you the fastest, most in-depth Tesla and EV technology coverage on YouTube every single day, and today we are going all in on what might genuinely be the biggest Tesla Semi story of 2026, because if you thought the Tesla Semi was just a cool concept truck that was always getting delayed, buckle up. Because the floodgates have officially opened and what is happening right now in real time is going to blow your mind completely. Let's start with the headline that broke the internet in the EV world just recently. WattEV, one of the leading providers of electric freight operations and charging infrastructure in the entire United States, has just announced an order for 370 Tesla Semi vehicles, and that order is valued at approximately $100 million, making it not just the largest Tesla Semi order ever placed, but the single largest electric Class 8 truck order in the history of the state of California, and when you understand what California represents as a market, as a policy driver, and as a bellwether for what the rest of North America is going to do, you start to realize that this is not just a big truck order, this is a signal flare being shot into the sky telling every fleet operator in the country that the transition is real, the transition is now, and the window for getting in early is closing fast. WattEV's CEO Salim Yousafzadeh said at the annual ACT Expo industry event that the Tesla Semi was the easiest choice they had ever made, and when the CEO of a company that has been running electric freight operations for years says that choosing Tesla was easy, every other fleet operator in North America should be paying very close attention, because this man knows electric trucks. He has run them in the real world on real freight routes, he knows the economics, he knows the performance, and he said Tesla was easy. That is not a marketing quote, that is an operator's verdict. Now let's break down exactly what this $100 million order means in practice, because the scale of it is genuinely staggering when you think through the logistics. Deliveries are set to begin with the first 50 Tesla Semis arriving in 2026, with the full fleet of 370 trucks operational by the end of 2027, and here is where it gets especially interesting. More than 300 of these trucks are specifically designated to support a joint program with the Port of Oakland, which means we are talking about electrifying drayage and regional freight routes in one of the most demanding, high-cycle commercial trucking environments on the entire West Coast, and this is not a pilot program, this is not a trial run, this is a full-scale deployment that is going to prove to the entire global freight industry that battery electric Class 8 trucks can operate reliably, economically, and at scale in exactly the kind of brutal real-world conditions that skeptics always said would be their downfall. Port drayage is arguably the most challenging trucking use case out there. You have constant start-stop cycles, heavy loads, tight schedules, zero margin for error, and Tesla is planting its flag right in the middle of it, which tells you everything you need to know about how confident Tesla engineering is in what they have built. And speaking of what Tesla has built, let's talk about the machine itself, because the Tesla Semi that is going into mass production in 2026 is not the same truck that Elon Musk unveiled back in 2017. It has gone through serious refinement, and the final production specification that was confirmed at the 2025 Tesla shareholder meeting is a genuinely impressive piece of engineering that addresses every single major objection that trucking industry experts and diesel defenders have been throwing at electric trucks for years. The range question answered with a confirmed 500-mile range on a single charge, which covers the vast majority of commercial trucking routes in North America without any intermediate charging stop. The charging time question, answered with a 1.2 megawatt charging capability that is engineered to replenish the majority of that 500-mile range during a standard federally mandated 30-minute driver rest break, which means that the charging cycle aligns perfectly with a break that drivers are legally required to take anyway, making the charging time liability effectively zero because you are not adding any downtime on top of what already has to happen by law, and if you think about what that means for fleet operators who have been doing the math on electric trucks and worrying about charging windows eating into productivity, this is the answer that changes everything. The payload question, addressed with improved efficiency and payload capacity that makes the economics of operating a Tesla Semi genuinely competitive with, and in many real-world scenarios better than, an equivalent diesel truck when you factor in fuel costs, maintenance savings, and the dramatically lower cost of electricity versus diesel fuel. Now here is a stat that I need you to sit with for a moment, because this number tells the entire story of where the trucking market is heading more clearly than any chart or report ever could. In California's Clean Truck and Bus Voucher Program, which functions as a real proxy for commercial fleet interest in zero-emission trucks, the Tesla Semi accounted for 965 out of 1,067 total applications between January 2025 and February 2026. Read that again, 965 out of 1,067. That means Tesla Semi had over 90% of all applications in this program during that period. And here is the kicker: Daimler, PACCAR, and Volvo Trucks combined, three of the biggest and most established commercial truck manufacturers on the planet, received fewer than 100 applications combined. These are companies with decades of trucking industry relationships, established dealer networks, and massive marketing budgets, and Tesla is outcompeting all three of them combined by a factor of nearly 10 to 1 in terms of fleet operator interest, and this is happening before Tesla Semi even reaches full mass production volumes, which means that as production ramps up and availability increases, the demand signal that is already being sent is going to translate into orders that will fundamentally reshape the competitive landscape of the commercial trucking world. Let's zoom out for a second here at DriveTech Tesla and talk about the production side of this story, because the demand is real and massive, but demand only matters if Tesla can actually build enough trucks to meet it, and here is where things get very interesting very fast. Tesla has officially confirmed in its Q1 2026 report that mass production of the Semi is on track to begin at its dedicated Nevada facility in 2026, with serial production, what Tesla internally calls online builds, beginning in the first half of the year and a substantial ramp-up plan for the second half. The facility itself is a 1.7 million square foot dedicated manufacturing complex built adjacent to Gigafactory Nevada, and here is the detail that makes this even more significant from a competitive standpoint. The Semi factory is co-located with Tesla's 4680 battery cell production, which means Tesla has vertical integration of its most critical supply chain component built directly into the Semi manufacturing ecosystem, something that no competitor in the electric truck space can claim, and which gives Tesla a fundamental cost and logistics advantage that will compound over time as production volumes scale up. The production target that Tesla has set for the Nevada Semi factory is 50,000 units per year at full capacity, and I want to make sure you fully understand what that number represents in context, because 50,000 electric Class 8 trucks per year is approximately 20% of the entire North American Class 8 truck market. And when the CEO of Tesla commits to targeting 20% of the most important commercial vehicle segment in the most important economy in the world, that is not a niche play or a specialty market approach. That is a mainstream market disruption strategy, and it is exactly the same playbook that Tesla used when it targeted the mainstream passenger car market with the Model 3 and then proceeded to completely reshape the global automotive industry. Elon Musk himself said it in August 2025 in a direct public post on X, responding to skeptics who were still questioning whether the Semi would ever reach volume production. Tesla's Semi will be in volume production next year, and he said it with a laughing emoji, because from his perspective, the factory was being built, the technology was proven, the team was ready, and the doubters were simply wrong. And he was right. The Semi entered volume production in 2026 exactly as stated, and the laughing emoji turned out to be the most accurate forecast in the thread. Now let's talk about what this means for the actual trucking companies and fleet operators who are making purchasing decisions right now, because the economics here are what is really driving this shift, and the economics are brutal for diesel in a way that is only going to get more brutal over time. A diesel Class 8 truck has fuel costs that are simply staggering at scale. Fuel is the single largest operating expense for most trucking fleets, typically accounting for 25 to 35% of total operating costs, and diesel prices are volatile, politically sensitive, and structurally rising over the long term as global demand for fossil fuels creates supply pressures. The Tesla Semi eliminates that volatility entirely and replaces it with electricity costs that are not only dramatically lower per mile but are also far more predictable and controllable, especially for fleets that can charge at their own depots during off-peak hours and lock in extremely favorable rates. Add in the maintenance savings. No oil changes, no transmission servicing, dramatically fewer brake jobs because of regenerative braking, no exhaust system maintenance, no DEF fluid, no diesel particulate filter cleaning. And the total cost of ownership calculation for the Tesla Semi versus a comparable diesel truck is not even close over a 5-year operating horizon, and fleet operators who have been running Tesla Semis in real-world commercial operations have been reporting exactly this, which is why you are seeing orders like the WattEV $100 million deal accelerating so dramatically right now. WattEV has already logged millions of electric miles in Southern California, including early Tesla Semi deployments at the ports of Long Beach and Los Angeles, so when they place a 370-truck, $100 million order, they are not guessing about the performance or the economics. They have the data, they have the real-world experience, and they are making a fully informed business decision based on results they have already seen in the field. And this is the pattern that is going to accelerate the adoption curve dramatically. As early adopters like WattEV demonstrate the economics and performance in real operations, other fleet operators who have been watching and waiting are going to reach the tipping point of confidence and start placing their own large orders, and when you combine that accelerating demand with Tesla's production ramp at Nevada, you are looking at a compounding flywheel of supply and demand that is going to reshape the commercial trucking landscape faster than most industry analysts are currently projecting. The redesigned Tesla Semi that is going into production also deserves specific attention because Tesla has made some really significant engineering refinements since the original 2017 prototype. The latest production version features a more streamlined front end with a design language that echoes the Model Y, updated headlights, a redesigned front bumper, a restyled wraparound windshield that is smaller and more aerodynamically optimized than the original, and overall aerodynamic improvements that contribute directly to the 500-mile range figure. Inside the cab, the central driving position, which gives the driver a commanding view of the road ahead, is flanked by 2 large touchscreens that handle navigation, fleet management, communication, and vehicle monitoring, and there is a secondary seat behind the driver for a passenger or co-driver. This is not a truck interior that feels like an afterthought or a bare-bones commercial vehicle. It is a genuinely modern, technology-forward workspace that drivers who have spent time in it consistently describe as a revelation compared to conventional diesel cab interiors, and in an industry that is increasingly struggling with driver retention and recruitment, the comfort and technology of the cab environment is not a trivial consideration for fleet operators. The megacharger network that Tesla is building out alongside the semi-production ramp is also a critical piece of the puzzle, and while the infrastructure deployment is still in its early stages, with approximately 46 stations targeted by 2027, the geographic strategy is smart, with initial concentration in Texas and California followed by phased expansion across the major freight corridors and logistics-heavy states that carry the bulk of American commercial freight traffic. The 1.2 megawatt charging capability at these stations is designed specifically around the Semi's requirements and represents a massive step up from even the fastest public EV charging infrastructure currently available, and as this network expands, the range anxiety argument against the Tesla Semi, which was already weak given the 500-mile single-charge capability, becomes completely irrelevant for the vast majority of commercial freight applications in North America. Let's also address the Semi-as-a-Service model that is emerging around the Tesla Semi, because this is a business model innovation that could be as important as the technology itself in terms of driving adoption. The idea is to eliminate the upfront capital cost of purchasing a $150,000 to $200,000 electric truck by bundling the vehicle, charging infrastructure, and energy costs into a single monthly payment, similar to how mobile phones are sold on service plans rather than requiring customers to pay full retail price upfront. For smaller trucking companies and independent owner-operators who cannot absorb the upfront cost even if the long-term economics are favorable, this model removes the single biggest barrier to adoption, and pilot programs testing this approach are already expanding with logistics operators in real-world freight environments. If this model scales successfully, it could open up the Tesla Semi to a much broader addressable market than just large fleets with capital to deploy, and that has massive implications for the speed of the overall market transition. Now I want to be real with you about where the challenges still exist, because at Drive Tech Tesla we give you the full picture, not just the hype. The megacharger network expansion needs to accelerate significantly to support the production volumes Tesla is targeting. 46 stations by 2027 is a starting point, not a finished infrastructure network, and the freight industry operates on razor-thin margins and extremely demanding schedules, which means that charging infrastructure reliability and availability is going to be scrutinized intensely as more semis hit the road in commercial operations. Production ramp execution also matters enormously. Tesla has a track record of ambitious targets and real-world delivery timelines that sometimes diverge, and the semi-production ramp at Nevada needs to execute smoothly to convert the enormous backlog of fleet interest into actual deliveries on schedule. And the competitive landscape is not sitting still. Daimler Trucks, PACCAR, and Volvo are all working on their own electric Class 8 platforms, and while they are currently getting absolutely dominated in fleet demand metrics as we discussed, they have deep industry relationships and established dealer and service networks that give them advantages in certain customer segments that Tesla will need to work to counter. But here is the thing. None of those challenges change the fundamental trajectory, because the demand signal is overwhelming, the technology is proven, the economics are compelling, and the production infrastructure is being built at scale. The trucking industry is not going to wake up one day and find that diesel has vanished. This is going to be a multi-year transition. But the direction is absolutely clear, and the companies that are positioning themselves now on the right side of this transition are going to have massive structural advantages over those that wait too long. The California data point we talked about earlier, Tesla Semi getting 965 out of 1,067 voucher applications versus fewer than 100 for Daimler, PACCAR, and Volvo combined, is not just a California story. California leads the nation on emissions regulations and fleet electrification mandates, and where California goes, the rest of the country follows within a few years, because the California Air Resources Board's rules routinely become the de facto national standard as manufacturers and fleets standardize their approaches. What is happening at the California ports with WattEV, Forum Mobility, Height Logistics, and MDB Transportation right now is the preview of what is going to happen at ports and freight hubs in Texas, Illinois, Georgia, New York, and every other major logistics center in the country over the next 3 to 5 years, and by the time that wave hits, Tesla will have had years of production ramp experience, megacharger network build-out, and real-world operational data that will put it years ahead of any competitor trying to play catch-up. The bottom line here is this. When you see a $100 million, 370 truck order hit the books, when you see 90+% market demand share in the world's most important EV market, when you see Elon Musk confirming 50,000 trucks per year from a 1.7 million square foot dedicated factory co-located with its own battery cell production, when you see port operators who have been running real trucks on real routes for years coming back and placing the biggest electric truck order in California history, that is not hype. That is a market inflection point, and the trucking industry that has run on diesel for a century is standing at the edge of its biggest transformation since the internal combustion engine itself replaced horses. And Tesla is not just participating in that transformation, Tesla is driving it, shaping it, and building the infrastructure to own it for decades to come.